Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
I believe Isaiah was on some drugs maybe and saw God in the sky and some angels.
On a throne.
On a throne and some angels with 6 wings covering their eyes and shit.
Scary.
And yeah, it was some weird crap going on.
Yeah, 6-winged angels. That's the part I remember.
Right?
And they were seraphim, which means burning hot, yet they had to use coals to pick up this.
They had to use tongs to pick up coals.
Tongs to pick up coal, not coal to pick up tongs.
Right.
And they touched Isaiah's lips with it and burned his face off.
I don't know about burning his face off, but they cleansed him apparently by burning his mouth.
Mm.
So
I like to think of the scene in Indiana Jones
that's
when the dude melted.
Not quite how that went. No.
No, but in my head canon, that's the way it went.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So yesterday and we're running late today.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, everybody.
Happy Halloween, though.
Yeah. Happy Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yesterday we went over Isaiah chapter 6, and that would mean that today we'll be going over
Isaiah chapter 7.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. All right, Isaiah chapter 7.
Okay.
I'm hating this so far. Do you think this one will be gooder?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, it's at least we have storylines.
We have storyline, but it's
they're
weird.
talking about this, I like this better than Psalms. I like this better than Proverbs.
Okay, I guess the bar is really low. You're right.
Yeah.
It's just that it's all prophecy shit, and it feels too close to New Testament. And I guess
but that's because you're doing the research. You wouldn't necessarily this is Old Testament. So like unless you know about Jesus, which
but
hypothetically because we haven't read the Bible yet,
but it's all prophecy.
We only know it because of people that tell us about Jesus, right?
Okay, I hear you, but it's even just reading it. It's all prophecy.
Sure.
And I hate it.
You know what really bothers me for Isaiah's sake? Is that if he prophesies anything wrong, it's a death sentence.
I know.
So, but maybe if you prophesize far enough out, like past when you're going to die,
then
you don't got to worry about it, right?
Yeah.
That's smart. That's actually really smart.
You know what I hate? I hate how the name Isaiah is spelled. It's so difficult for me. Like literally I have to look at it and go A-I-A. And I mean, you heard me. I said pick up coal to use tongues.
Yeah,
or,
you were having speaking problems.
I
a
get
minute
words
ago.
backwards. I get letters backwards.
Yeah.
I have dyslexia. It's a problem.
Right.
So names like Isaiah,
They bother you.
they feel ableist. All right, let's read this.
Yes.
When Ahaz, son of Jotham, son of Uzziah, who was king of Judah,
Okay.
King Rezim of Aram, and Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
all those names,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah.
when all them marched up to fight against Jerusalem, but they could not overpower it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Now the house of David was told Aram has allied itself with Ephraim. Okay.
Sure.
So the hearts of Ahaz and his people were shaken as the trees of the forest are shaken by the wind, or like a Polaroid picture. Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Yeah.
Then the Lord said to Isaiah, "Go out, you and your son Shear-Jashub,
Jashub.
Shear-Jashub, to meet Ahaz at the end of the aqueduct of the upper pool on the road to the launderer's field.
Okay. Yeah.
Go out there
That guy.
and say to him, be careful, keep calm and don't be afraid. Do not lose heart because of these two smoldering stubs of firewood, because of the fierce anger of Rezin and Aram and of the sons of Remaliah. Aram, Ephraim, and Remaliah's son have plotted your ruin, saying, let us invade Judah, let us tear it apart and divide it among ourselves, and make the son of Tabeel king over it. Yet this is what the sovereign Lord says.
Is it what the sovereign Lord says?
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
He says, it will not take place, it will not happen, for the head of Aram is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is only Rezin. Within 65 years, Ephraim will be too shattered to be a fucking people.
Okay.
The head of Ephraim is Samaria. The head of Samaria is only Remaliah's son. If you do not stand firm in your faith, you will not stand at all.
Okay.
Again, the Lord spoke to Ahaz. Ask the Lord your God for a sign, whether in the deepest depths or in the highest heights. But Ahaz said, I will not ask. I will not put the Lord to the test.
Okay.
So he was offered like a sign, like
Yeah.
God will give you a sign. But Ahaz is like, you're not supposed to test the Lord, but he was hiding behind those words. Like he was pretending like, no, I'm not going to let the Lord, I'm not going to ask to test the Lord because that's against the Lord and I'll get in trouble.
Okay.
But the Lord was like literally telling him, no, you can test me. It's fine.
But how are you, like, if you've never talked to the Lord before, right?
Mhm.
How are you supposed to know?
No,
that the
for
Lord's
real, this
telling-
time it's okay.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, if you grow... Okay, let's just assume... I'm not assuming this, but, like, let's just, for the story's sake,
Pretend.
say that God talked to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he grew up his whole life learning this religion where you're not supposed to hear from God, right? You're
Right.
supposed to take it on faith or
And
whatever,
maybe it's
right?
a test.
And maybe it's a test. Yeah, and how are you supposed... You're in a very stressful time. There's lots of war going on. There's lots of things happening, right?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to take what you perceive happened as something that is real and true?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And, like, what is it that indicates that it's real?
Yeah.
It...
Well, the fact that Isaiah, you accept that he's a prophet, right?
But why do I accept Isaiah as a prophet?
Well, I guess that you just do.
But they don't give any good qualifying
Right.
reasons.
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly. It's just, no, but the Bible said it, so it's true.
Right, but that's bullshit.
But, I mean, Ahaz is like, I don't really know you all that well.
Right? I'm just saying, like,
Right.
I would need better evidence. Like,
I'm not saying Ahaz is not a bad guy.
Right.
He may very, very well be. Like, I don't remember what all he got up to. I don't think he was a great king or something.
sure.
Whatever. I'm not here to defend him as a king or a person.
Right.
I'm just saying in this particular circumstance, no, I totally agree with you. Like, how do we know? We're putting reasoning in him and making his heart evil in this. And maybe it wasn't. Maybe he was just like, I'm not fucking taking that bait.
Well, and
I know how this ends.
based on what I know of the quote unquote the
the
Lord,
Lord.
he can make you either accept the information or not. He can
Right.
harden your heart. He can make you. I mean,
Yeah.
so how is it up to this person any sense
Right.
as to what's going to happen.
Is this the moment when you be like, Lord's gonna just be razzing me? Or when you're like, I totally will do whatever the Lord says, even if it's against what the Lord said yesterday.
I really struggle with how to determine what it is you're supposed to do in any given moment with regard to what the Lord wants.
Right.
Because it's never a direct message, and even if it was a direct message, it could be him fucking with you.
Right.
Like, there is no consistent message as to how to handle things that come from the Word of God.
Right. I guess what apologists would say is, okay, that's fair. That's a fair argument. So what he should have done is gone inside and hit the floor, got on his knees and prayed to God and asked for guidance. Should I test you, Lord? And God would have given him a sign, study it out.
But okay, right. All right. Well, I'm just questioning this. That's all.
No, I hear you and I agree with you, obviously. Yeah. Then Isaiah said, "Hear now, you house of David, is it not enough to try the patience of humans? Will you try the patience of my God also?" I feel like Isaiah's uppity. He's like, I speak for God. What's up?
Right. Also, he was working both sides. Like, he was working for Judah and Jerusalem or whatever, right? Yeah. Like, so I don't know how any of these guys can trust him either.
Right. That's true.
You know, you're playing both teams here, buddy.
Therefore, the Lord himself will give you a sign. Hello. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel.
Well, hold on. Okay. Look, I get why
you see where this is going.
Yeah, I see where this is going. But we're talking to a king back in the times of David and what have you, or whatever. Like, you know, near past that, but still around the same time, right?
Kings and Chronicles,
right?
Yes.
Which is before the conception of Jesus. And they're
asking
him to they're asking him to wait for it. There's an immediate problem going on with the war. Yeah. Right now,
and he's like, no, but just wait about 400 to 700 years, and this thing is going to happen.
Yeah,
and then you'll know.
Right, like that. Yeah. That makes no fucking sense.
No.
Why would you even? You don't even need to bring that up. If it's 400 to 700 years down the road, no one cares.
Sure, write it down just to be like, and then they'll talk about me. Right, but still,
to call that a prophecy about Jesus is such bullshit.
Well, I saw notes on this and I didn't write them down because they weren't like super pertinent to this chapter per se. Yeah. But there is an argument over how to accept this. Like, Christians are obviously like, nope, he prophesied the Lord, the end, right? But there are other people who are like, now hang on a second. You know, that is something else that happened, like, in the future of this, like, later.
Yeah.
What this refers to is not Christ, but somebody who was pregnant in the castle at that time, who may also have been a virgin or not, an unwed mother maybe, who did happen to name her son Emmanuel. And so this happened.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's just two different arguments over, was it Jesus or was it just some dude?
It was just some dude.
It was some dude, y'all.
Right? Yeah.
Like, why is that even a question? They're like, no, but Jesus.
Because they have to try real hard to make their religion be relevant. That's why.
Okay, now to be fair, he will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive. Mary was a virgin, hypothetically,
right,
and give birth to a son. She gave birth to a son. 50% could have gone either way, right?
Okay.
She named him Emmanuel. He will be eating curds and honey when he knows enough to reject the wrong and choose the right. For before the boy knows enough to reject the wrong and choose the right, the land of the two kings you dread will be laid waste.
Okay, but anybody who studies religion knows that these things were written by humans. And they were really, really, really wanting to make this work with regard to an extension and the coming Messiah, right? Like, they wanted this coming Messiah to be so fucking real, right?
And so they retrofit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to play fair here. I'm extending courtesies that are undeserved. I will tell you that much.
It bothers me because I don't know how you can read this and say that this How do you not see that? How do you not see that that's at least a possibility? How do you not discuss that? How do you just accept it on quote unquote faith that this is all just like an actual prophecy and an actual thing that happened, and not say, well, maybe they took this and said the same thing over there because they wanted to, it had to fit. They wanted to make it work.
Well, look, here's my thing. I've said it before. I don't have a switch on where I can just disregard all of this and suddenly just be like, you know what? Fuck all this. I believe.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't understand how that works. However, imaginary God guy, Sky Daddy, does have the ability, the power, if you will, the magic to harden people's heart or to fill them with love or whatever.
Right.
So God could very easily turn on my light switch
and
make me believe.
It would actually make a lot of sense for him to do it in the middle of one of our podcasts for us.
Right?
We just like suddenly become like godly right now.
Right.
Like,
or
1, 2, 3, go.
Or a reluctant prophet who like suddenly became an apologist and was like, actually, husband, I will tell you how this works.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine our listeners if they suddenly heard us make like a 360 or no, it'd be a 180 switch. Yeah, 180 switch. Yeah, and we started talking about God.
Oh my goodness!
Like they'd be like, "What the fuck happened?" And they'd have to start questioning, right? Like it would be.
They wouldn't. They would be like, "What a scam! Those bitches."
Well, yeah, no, that's what would really happen. But
especially Patreon listeners, like they would be like, "I want my money back," and you know what? I wouldn't even blame them.
Right. Yeah, somebody out there would be like, I'm gonna research this. You know what I mean? Because like it would make somebody think. I would think.
Maybe.
I hope.
Maybe
people don't think. I hope people don't think we're that shallow.
I'm not, but you might be.
I'm
just
not.
Just kidding. Neither of us is. That's why we're sitting here, because neither of us is.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't have the ability to believe this, and I can only look at this askance, and that's not my fault. Baby, I was born this way, so the song goes, you know? So, okay, but the prophecy goes on.
Sure.
Okay. The Lord will bring on you and your people and on the house of your father a time unlike any since Ephraim broke away from Judah. He will bring the king of motherfucking Assyria. Boom.
Okay.
In that day, the Lord will whistle for flies from the Nile Delta in Egypt and for bees from the land of Assyria.
You can just whistle for those things?
Well, the piper can play a pipe and bring the mice.
That's very cool. I didn't
the pied one.
Right, I didn't know that.
Not just any piper.
Right.
The pied one.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to know, how does one go about getting pied?
I don't
being
know.
Pied.
But I have to say, even if I could do it, I would not whistle for bees. Or flies, for that matter.
You wouldn't. But what if you were the only one that could make the bees come and scientists came to you and they're like, they ran across the planet, they're panting and they're like, husband, listen.
We know you don't like bees.
We know you don't like bees, but you're our only hope.
Yeah.
The bees are about to leave. So long, and thanks for all the fish like the fucking dolphins did.
Right.
And you need to whistle for the bees because otherwise we are fucked. We are in big trouble. Would you whistle for the bees then?
Been nice knowing y'all.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I would definitely do it.
I mean, okay, you could get inside a bee suit, right?
How do you whistle? How do you whistle clearly inside a bee suit?
I mean, there's ways.
Is there?
They could put a microphone in there so that you could have it magnified.
But if I'm the only person in the world, it's got to be genuine, right? Like it's got to be a genuine thing. It can't be a
recording, or it can't be like digital.
Yeah, that's what would make it so difficult, is that I would have to be outside of the suit and just myself.
So you would lather up in bug spray or whatever, and they would be like, "No, you cannot, sir. That's the point."
Right.
We need you to get stung to death and die, but for the good of the planet.
Whew, man, that's a rough one.
What if it was, we promise you that when you whistle and the bees come, we promise you that you might get stung a couple times, but and they're going to get all over you, but you're not going to have an allergy to it because we've inoculated you and you'll be fine. You might get a few stings, but you'll be fine. You'll just merely be living your greatest terror and be in discomfort while this is happening.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be horrible.
And then what if you had to be naked while it was
Do
happening?
we have to keep going on about this?
What if you were naked and had bees all over you?
Why do I have to be naked to whistle? I don't understand.
You-
Where is this going? This is going
You're
down
naked
all the wrong paths.
and bees are all over you and you're whistling.
No.
No.
Sorry, that
Fuck the planet?
humanity's dying.
Okay.
Sorry.
I wanted to know what your line was. You were like, no bee shall touch my penis. You are not the Pied Piper, sir.
No.
They will all come and settle in the steep ravines, the flies and bugs.
Yeah, okay, right.
The bees
Yep.
and cockroaches. And in the crevices in the rocks and on the thorn bushes and at the water holes. You know, the way bugs do.
Why do we want... Okay, all right.
Okay, so this is analogy. This is like symbolism.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not like actual fucking bees and actual fucking flies.
Oh, okay.
It's the flies from the
Delta
Jesus
Nile.
Christ.
Nile Delta?
Yes, the Nile Delta. Sorry, dyslexia. I can't help it. It's getting worse. Okay, listen. So the flies from Egypt
Yes.
are the disorganized army and soldiers from Egypt.
Okay. All right.
And the bees from Assyria, they were very well trained. They were uniform. They were tight.
Okay. All right.
So he's saying that the soldiers from these two lands, one of which is kind of a mess and one of which I know you're scared of, they're going to come.
Okay.
And you're going to see them.
Got
they're going to get you.
I gotcha.
In that day, the Lord will use a razor hired from beyond the Euphrates River, the king of Assyria, to shave your heads and private parts, and to cut off your beards also. Not my beard.
Okay.
Oy. Well, you know,
Because they're being captured and they're turned into slaves or whatever.
and
stuff
remember, like making them, shaving them and cutting off all their hair and
dehumanizing almost, basically, right?
Yeah, it's making a statement, like
Right.
it's their honor. They're like Klingons, you know.
Sure.
They have their honor wrapped up in their
Their hair.
fucking braids or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. In that day, a person will keep alive a young cow and 2 goats. And because of the abundance of the milk they give, there will be curds to eat.
Okay.
All who remain in the land will eat curds and honey. In that day, in every place where there were 1,000 vines worth 1,000 silver shekels, there will be only briars and thorns.
So basically, everyone's going to get taken away, and this is where
the land is going to be
where the righteous. Well, there's going to be a couple righteous left that can repopulate or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's the opposite. It's the backwards left behind.
Right. Yeah. This is that same thing he was talking about in the other chapter.
The unrapture.
Right.
Yeah. Hunters will go there with bow and arrow, for the land will be covered with briars and thorns. As for all the hills once cultivated by the hoe, I'm a hoe that is cultivated.
I was waiting for you to say something.
I know you were.
Yeah.
You will no longer go there for fear of the briars and thorns. They will become places where cattle are turned loose and where sheep run. The end.
Oh no, not that. Not where
Right?
sheep run.
Right? All right. So here are my notes on this. Okay.
Yep.
This whole chapter was called Isaiah's Message to Ahaz and Shir, Jeshub, and Emmanuel. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
That prophecy.
Okay.
So verses 1 and 2 were about the northern nation of Israel and Syria combining to attack Judah.
Okay. Yep.
Ahaz was a wicked king of Judah, worshipping other gods and even sacrificing his son to Molech in 2 Kings.
What an ass.
Yeah, like I kind of vaguely remember that.
I do remember that,
Yeah. The only good thing Ahaz did was father Hezekiah, who was a good king of Judah.
Got it.
Yeah. The purpose of the war was to bring Judah into an anti-Assyrian coalition. Okay. So then the next section was the word of the Lord to Ahaz through Isaiah, which we got that.
Right.
Okay. And then the next section was Ahaz will not ask for a sign. And we talked about that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the next section was the Lord's sign to Ahaz, the sign of Emmanuel. And we talked about that a little bit.
Sure. And I'm assuming Ahaz was unreceptive, according to this story, because he was offering, things to Molech and, his son to Molech or whatever. And so he's not really a godly person.
Yeah.
not in any way whatsoever, I guess. So
yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, the notes say that he was like pretending that he was not taking the bait on accepting the right to test the Lord.
Right.
He's like, no, I'm not supposed to test the Lord. And Isaiah's like,
but why even pretend if you're sacrificing your son to Molech? Why would you? Why if you also believe, like, let's just say any part of you believes that God is real, like the God Yahweh is real, right? You would think that he would be able to see that you sacrificed your fucking son to Molech.
right.
So why would you even pretend to be?
Here's the thing. That part of the story allows the Christians who read this to use that section as a way of saying, this is how people will use the Bible. This is how, this is how pretenders will use the words from the Bible. They will say things that bear the seed of truth, but are actually untrue. And
their actions show that they are not holy or right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And, garbage in, garbage out. Like, just because they're telling you something doesn't mean that they're good people.
Sure.
And they're hiding behind this holy law, but they are bad people. So
basically,
their holiness doesn't count.
If we don't go to your church, we're probably sacrificing our kids to Molech.
Yeah, and eating babies. Yes, that is correct.
All right.
We are doing those things.
Gotcha.
So the last section was about Assyria, the nation Ahaz trusted, will also bring ruin to Judah.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, so that's what it was about. And I've already told you, as we read it, all the notes that I saw.
Had in there. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So that was Isaiah chapter 7.
It was. And it just, I'm sorry. I know we were trying to wrap this up, but I just feel really weird that we're reading this section of the Bible for a third fucking time. Like,
yeah.
We went through it in Kings, then we went through it in Chronicles, and now we're going through it again.
It's true. They make us look at this a million different ways.
Right.
So apparently they think it's really important.
They do. And it is interesting seeing it from different perspectives, but I kind of wish they were lined up better. Again, a good editor would have helped.
Sure, but from the perspective of the Jewish people, right? And the Old Testament and what have you. Mm-hmm. This was a time of a lot of turmoil between different kings, different wars, enslavement of their people, and then not enslavement of their people again. So, it's a time that they feel very drawn to talk about, I imagine. And it means a lot to them, obviously, because that's when their God was formed, their idea of their God was formed, and all that too. So again, it is what it is, and here we are. But that was Isaiah chapter 7.
Yes, it was.
Sorry, I was looking for a good way to wrap that up, and I lost my thread there for a second.
I know, and you were like, and done.
Yeah.
Like, mid-thought. And
I know.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
We're done now.
We're done now, I guess, yeah.
And we will be back tomorrow with Isaiah chapter 8.
We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my god. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.